Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And one of our Michigan listeners sent this in from the Oakland Press. With help from eBay, Katie Olsen's wish came true. She was escorted to Super Bowl 40 by a handsome man. How'd she do it? Well, Olsen, 27, put herself on the internet auction site eBay. January 30th, aiming to be someone's date for the game. My date was a really nice gentleman, said Olsen, a beauty school student and a waitress at Mesquite Creek Steakhouse in Clarkston, Michigan. The game was unreal. I felt like I was dreaming. By the way, let's translate women into English here. My date was a really nice gentleman. What does that mean? He didn't even try to get laid. Had nothing to do with his manners or his etiquette. He didn't try to grope her. He's a really nice gentleman. To choose her companion, get this. Clarkson resident Olsen had to sift through more than 150 emails from interested male ticket holders. And get this. She said her biggest challenge was finding someone with authentic tickets who, get this, wasn't interested in sexual favors in exchange for a ticket. Olsen said she wasn't planning to go with anyone until game day. First, there was a young local man who said he had 8 extra tickets, and then he was going to give her one and sell the others. Olsen met him in downtown Detroit. He seemed a little weird off the bat, she said, and he ended up getting arrested for scalping. Then a man from out of state invited her to meet him and his 2 friends. Olsen wouldn't give his name, but said he was between 35 and 45 years old. She met them at Ford Field at the end of the first quarter. We had a really good time. They were just a group of football-loving, funny guys. He was a Seahawks fan, she said. Adding there were no romantic sparks. My favorite part was the whole atmosphere, the crowd, the yelling, it just being there. After the game, Olsen and a couple of girlfriends, sans her game date, meaning without her game date, you idiot, attended post-game parties. With a laugh, she said, it worked out really good. Now people are calling and asking me to go to Pistons games with them. The eBay posting, which closed Saturday evening, asked men with tickets to visit Mesquite Creek Steakhouse to prove that the tickets were valid. By the way, how'd the owner of that business feel about strangers coming in and showing their Super Bowl tickets and then bolting without buying anything? And there she is, she's on the clock, verifying people's validity of their Super Bowl tickets. Tell you what, if I own the place, you're fired. Done. Says here, toward the end of the posting on eBay, officials removed the ad because they believed it was of a sexual nature. A few of Olsen's friends were wary of her venturing out with a strange man, but Olsen was fearless. She said driving herself to the game eliminated the danger of getting in a car with someone unknown. Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard said when he saw that Olsen put herself on the internet, it made him cringe. He said, as a law enforcement official with 20 years' experience, I've seen internet situations that have a very bad ending. We know there are bad people looking to victimize other people, and this certainly afforded that opportunity. Even if people seem nice, sometimes they're not what they appear. Olsen said she's met many interesting men from the eBay posting. Now I'm looking for a Valentine's Day date, she said. Probably with no sex there also, by the way. That's the story. Now, I can understand, although I don't believe you should spend this kind of money on a date, I can understand guys who take a chick to the game where it's kind of understood, okay? We're going to go to the game, and then one thing leads to another, and bing, bang, boom, I put one through the uprights. That I understand, although I don't condone it. I understand it. All right? But why would anyone agree in advance to take somebody to a big game like the Super Bowl or a sold-out concert or a Broadway play or whatever? Why would anyone agree to do this with a total stranger with an understanding up front that there won't be any sex? The purpose of taking women to concerts or to a big game or to anything with its demand to get in, I don't care if it's King Tut at the L.A. County Museum or whatever, the purpose of taking a woman to something like that is to get her to put out. Now, the law doesn't require her to put out, and she can say, just because you take me to see King Tut, that's a guarantee I'm going to sleep with you, baby. I have a right to say no, you know what I mean? No. Okay, fine. But the reason you do it is for the hope that you will get something. That is why you do it. Why would anybody agree to take somebody to the Super Bowl and be told in advance, and by the way, I'm not having sex with you? If somebody said that to me, there's no way. No way. Got to be kidding me. I mean, I'm blown away by this. You know, the way a date normally works, you take someone to dinner, you take somebody out. Many people go against my teaching on the program. Take a woman to a concert. You know, take her to see U2 or the Rolling Stones or, you know, some concert. Some big concert with big ticket prices. But the idea is you go and then you hope things work out. You hope she will see you in a good light. You hope you smoke enough weed at the concert or whatever, and that she will break down her defenses and she will have sex with you. Maybe she won't, but maybe she will. So even though I don't condone spending that kind of money, ever, I just don't condone spending that kind of money on a woman. I certainly wouldn't condone it if the woman said in advance, and by the way, I'm not sleeping with you. You're a pussy. You're living in denial. You're living in a dream world. You're the guy who thinks you can change her. You're the guy who thinks no means yes. And you're an idiot. Anytime a woman tells me, and by the way, I'm not going to sleep with you, why go through the charade of taking them out and spending money on them? It's stupid. Isn't it?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
I used to think that guys should treat women, you know, the way that women think they should be treated, but...
On a pedestal.
Yeah.
The only time I put a woman on a pedestal is so I can look up her dress.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? Long time, first time.
Thank you, Mark.
Anyway, I'm so sick of these women. First of all, there's the hot ones that are on TV that we got to look at all the time, and they don't do anything but look good. In fact, if I don't even have glasses on, they all kind of look the same. They got a nice rack, blonde hair, blue eyes, big deal. I want to bang them all. Now, who's this chick from Michigan? I'm sure she's not anything special, or she'd be out of Michigan. Put her down. Come on. Get over it. I'm so sick of that, Tom. That's disgusting. If I got to go to work, guess what, honey? You got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it, Tom. I've been sick of it since I was a little kid.
I completely understand, Mark. I do. Jermaine on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Dad, it's a pleasure, first of all, and a quick note to address all your haters. until they can party at the Playboy Mansion, they should sit back in the corner and take notes.
Exactly.
Secondly, about this broad. See, Dad, if I had some tickets, I would have called her up, gave her a ticket to my house where she could have sat there and watched the game on the TV and saw me enjoying myself. What's wrong with this picture, Dad? We need to take back our balls and put these women in their places, basically.
I agree.
Can you do me a favor and take me out with a THX followed by Snoop Dogg?
Here you go. One 800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Dennis on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Head of the women. Women are super competitive. So if you bring a woman to the game, you're using her as bait. She's bait to bring in the...
Well, first of all, what kind of chicks are you going to meet at the Super Bowl? Let's start with that.
Well, I mean, there's a chick that go looking just for guys.
Come on, not the Super Bowl. You know why? The tickets are too expensive. Chicks don't buy tickets to the Super Bowl. Chicks who go to the Super Bowl are with guys. It's like a Laker game. Ever been to a Laker game, Dennis?
Absolutely.
Anytime you see a hot chick, some guy paid for the ticket. Chicks are the cheapest creatures on earth. They're not paying for these tickets.
Well, that might be true, but...
Laker games, I gotta tell you, I love going to a Laker game. And I love the people watching. And I'm a big fan of the Lakers.
Absolutely.
But it's the last place on earth I go looking to pick up chicks.
Well, I mean, I've done...
No chick pays $80 for a ticket to watch a basketball game. Every chick who's there, some schnook bought the ticket.
You may be right. You may be right, but I've been doing...
And the Super Bowl, multiply that by 10.
That's true. Those tickets ain't cheap.
You're not going to go to the Super Bowl to cruise for chicks.
But my whole point was that you bring a chick to use her as bait to get that chick.
But there aren't going to be any chicks at a place like the Super Bowl or anything where the tickets are expensive. Anytime the tickets are expensive, chicks are being brought by some schnook.
That's true.
Poindexter paid for the tickets, and she's there with him.
That's true. That's
not
true.
you.
But this also applies not only to just Super Bowl or the Laker games, but, I mean, you could do this in... I've been doing this for well over 8 years in the L.A. club scene. You go rolling in with a couple of chicks that are obviously hot. You're using them for bait. Chicks are still competitive.
Well, yeah, at least at a club, you're likely to meet available women. But a concert or a sporting event, no.
I'd say a concert more so than a sporting event.
I must tell you, the last chick I picked up at a hockey game was in 1991.
Well, if you're picking up a chick at a hockey game, you better put the puck in the goal.
Yeah. I did.
There you go. That's how it is. But, no, I just look at these chicks. I mean, if you're going to take a chick with you, I mean, obviously, if you're not going to nail her. We all know that, you know, especially if she tells you up front. So then, I mean, it switches. You know that the women are super competitive, so you're going to use them as bait. I mean, when you go fishing...
I would not take a chick to anything where the tickets are expensive, ever. Ever.
Never?
No.
Huh.
No, I wouldn't do it.
But, I mean, do you agree with that theory, though? That you can use a hot chick for bait, even if you know you're not going to...
If you're at a place where other available hot chicks might be. Available being the operative word.
Absolutely.
If it's too expensive to get in, available hot chicks are not available.
That's true. They're probably mooching off some guy anyway.
Guaranteed.
I hear you. Tom, thanks. Can you take me out with the bong rip?
Here you go, Dennis. One 800-5800-TOM. Dave on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, love the show. First time I've been on. Hey, I have a question, though. You were talking about women being the cheapest creatures on the planet.
Right.
I think you're right. And if you look back, you know, men having to buy things for women and take women out comes from a chivalrous time when women didn't work, women didn't have money. You know, we had to take care of them. Why is it now in all this, in the day of equal rights, when women make as much as men do, arguably, and have the same kind of disposable income that we have, why are we still paying for everything when we take women out? Why is it still there?
I totally agree with you.
Come on, you got to try. Is there any way that people can rationalize this? Is there any way that they can call in and try to explain why that's happening?
Well, of course they're going to say, well, the person who asks somebody on the date should pay. Of course, how many guys do they ask on dates?
Yeah, women don't even ask guys on dates. They sit back and they wait to be approached because that way they can get away with not having to pay for it. That's just crazy. I just wanted to throw that in there. We should go back to the times of chivalry when women didn't work, and we can, and then we could pay for it.
Oh, you know what? I'm America's original feminist, and that means I believe in equality. And that means women should pay just as much as we do.
All right, take me out with a bomb.
Here you go. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Holly on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm just, my theory is, you know, I think you're born into a certain league. You know, it's like, you know, like baseball, they got the guys that just play on the weekends, and you got the other guys that were almost good enough to make the majors, but they're minor league, and then the major league, you know, and you're born into your league, like, looks-wise, and I just think the only way to date up is to pay for it.
Yeah, but if you're not getting laid, to me as a guy, there's no point in going on a date if you're not getting laid. I don't need to show people that I'm standing next to somebody attractive.
Well,
I need to get them naked. They're fools. They are fools. And you know what? I'm never impressed by what chick a guy is standing next to. And I can always tell when there's no chemistry, no spark, nothing. I can always tell. So there's no point in even doing it, guys. No point in doing it. You're not fooling anybody. Huh?
I said, yeah, no, you obviously don't date out of your league. I mean, you know, people can stay within their own league and then, you know, they're equals. But some people feel the need to, you know, whatever.
Well, the point is, I've got money, but I'm not giving it to chicks.
Well, yeah, I mean, right, but you're obviously dating within your league as well. So,
well, I don't know what you would consider my league. I date hot chicks, whatever you think my league is.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously you can date, you know, you're in that league. I don't know.
But again, I'm not giving the money away like these morons.
Right, no, this guy just obviously felt the need to be seen with someone above him, and I think with regards to guys still paying for it, it's kind of, you know, it's like the birds, you know, the male of the bird has the big, you know, the more colorful feathers, and, you know, they have to attract the female because she's the only one that can procreate. You know, it's kind of a base lizard brain thing that's just in there from way
So you think this has a biological explanation?
Yeah, I don't think that it's society or it doesn't matter what. You know, I think it's just in there. It's the old brain. You know, it's probably always going to be that way.
All right, Holly, thank you for that. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
All I'm going to say is that I feel bad for this poor schlub who, I mean, this woman had this guy pegged from the start. She found a guy who's looking for a date on eBay. She takes him, makes him pay for an expensive ticket. First chance she gets, she dumps him to go out with her friends. And I feel bad for the guy because he's so pathetic that he didn't see it coming. Whether she told him, oh, you won't get laid or not.
Well, the minute somebody tells you that, that's all you need to know.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously. But even after that, it's like, how could you not see that coming, that this woman had no self-respect for you?
No. Self-respect is for yourself. She had no respect for you, yes.
For yourself, she had no respect for him, I'm sorry. But, I mean, how could you not see that coming? I'd love if you could get this guy on the radio so we could ask him, what were you thinking, dude?
Well, his name's on the story, or we'd have him on the air, and I'd beat the crap out of him.
I'm sure he would.
No doubt. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Andrew on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, man. I'm a long-time listener, and I never pay for the whole thing on dates. I've been going through that a long time. But I wanted to bring up something else, too, is that, when we're having a party or something like that and collecting money or getting money together for a dinner, I noticed that women don't pay for that much either. They're always waiting for the men to kick in the majority of that, too.
Yeah.
And
well, you may have heard the letter we had from a listener a few weeks ago who said he quietly says to the waiter or waitress, set up 2 tabs for us here. And then he pays his part at the end of the evening.
I like that, Tom.
He always has the option of picking up the tab if he thinks he's going to get laid.
That's a good idea. Hey, Tom, can you take me out Kobe style?
Here you go.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
1-800-5800-TOM. It's Tammy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tammy.
I was wanting to, first help out all your male listeners that are getting advice from you about how to pick up women. You might want to think about asking an actual woman what they'd like.
No, I don't need to ask women what they like, because you know why? Because women say one thing, and then when a man works his magic on her, does another.
No, perhaps a woman in, trying to, on a date would be that way. Maybe a woman that you're friends with, or definitely a woman that you're friends with. Actually, that would be nice.
Well, in my world, we don't have female friends, dear. I know you're new to the show. I do not maintain friendships with women because there's no need. I have friends. Female friends are just people who are not attracted to me. I don't need that.
Okay, I think
that's how a man becomes a male friend. Your male friends are all the guys you're not attracted to.
That's true. Well, okay.
Who wants to be on that list?
I'm on many people's lists that way, but I'm totally...
And by the way, once you get married, the guy you marry will probably say, who's this guy calling us? And will make you give up your friend, which you will because you'll be in love. What kind of friend is that?
No, I'd never give up my friend.
Really?
Well, I also have some more advice for you when it comes to dating and, spending a lot of money on a woman and expecting sex. Expecting sex.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little something we call prostitution that'll save you a whole lot of time and energy.
Well, darling, the problem with prostitution is that it's too expensive. I can get a woman into the sack for less than $40. Why would I pay $300 or $400?
Well, I thought it would save you some time and energy, but obviously you don't.
No, not at all. I can get just any old chick into bed for less than $40. Why would I pay a prostitute?
That's a talent. Are there any guys out there that actually, want to actually have a relationship with a woman?
They don't listen to this show.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I understand, dear. A relationship is the price of admission. That is what a lot of guys feel they have to pay in order to get laid regularly. If you talk to men, most of them would rather not be in a relationship.
Well, I'm actually an attractive female that's very religious. So when guys talk to me and ask me for advice, they don't have to try. They know they're not getting laid. So, maybe if guys want to go out.
Then why would any guy date you?
I really don't date a lot.
I bet you don't.
It's just a nightmare. It's not even worth it. It lasts like 5 minutes. Guys seem to find out that I'm religious and then, I got to go home.
Right? Because dating equals porking. That is why we want to date you.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the reason. That's why you're 30 and still unmarried, dear.
I'm okay with that, though.
In fact, I'd call you single as opposed to unmarried, because single means you have a vacuum that needs to be filled.
Why do I feel like that's perverted when you just said?
Well, it's not perverted, really. I mean, when you think about it, you clearly, especially as a religious type whose biological time clock is ticking, you clearly you are single, but you want to be married.
Eventually, yeah.
And you have a hard time meeting men because you won't put out. So the irony of that is you, the one who wants to get married and start birthing babies, you start getting older and older because guys are turning you down because you won't put out.
Yeah, but I'm one hell of a catch. I'd rather stay this way.
Yeah, but you might be a catch until your biological time clock runs out, dear.
Sure.
I say you might be a catch right up until the day your biological time clock runs out.
That's fine. Seriously, that's fine.
Then you can't have any babies anymore.
Well, self-respect is kind of worth more than that to me.
You think so? Let me ask you a question, darling. I'm just doing a survey.
Sure, yeah.
Of women named Tammy.
Yeah.
How tall are you, dear?
5'2".
How much do you weigh?
118.
118.
Yeah.
Borderline.
Borderline, but, if you saw me, you would know that I'd say, let's say my center of gravity is very towards the top of my body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that center of gravity's never been groped.
Nope.
Are you a virgin?
Yes.
You are. 30-year-old virgin. And did they make a movie about you? Sounds like a sequel in the making.
Yeah, that movie did sound familiar. I'm not that naive, though.
What do you mean you're not that naive? What, do you watch porno?
No.
Why are you not that naive?
When I'm talking to a guy, I know what he wants. I know what guys really want when they're talking to me, and there's ways to...
But even if you fell in love with somebody, you wouldn't know how to do it.
Are you kidding me?
Come on, dear, you haven't done it.
Yeah, it's not like something...
Why do you think all you have to do is watch the Discovery Channel, and you watch what the monkeys do, and then you're going to do that?
You personally know when you're going to be really good at it. It comes from the inside.
It does.
It comes from,
really?
Dear,
I can tell you, I just from experience, and I'm older than you, dear, and I have a lot of experience. The longer you have to wait to get something like sex from somebody, the less likely it is to be worth waiting for.
I really believe the opposite.
I can tell you as a man who's had sex, I can tell you that the fact that you have a sense of urgency about somebody, the fact that you lust after somebody, that is what makes sex great. If you have to act like a school mom and say, if you do that, I can tell you. Because when I was a teenager, I heard women talk to me like that. Yeah. Once you finally got it, it was never, ever worth it.
I am certainly not a school mom. I would never go, no. What I would do is say, hey, I've got this friend. She's pretty easy. Let me give you her phone number. She'd really like you.
Uh-huh. And so let's say that a guy was dating you, but he needed sex. Would you set him up with your friend at the same time he's dating you?
No.
Why not?
I actually have done that before.
You have done that?
Yes, but I mean, the relationship was over at that point, and that's where it ends. I usually, as you can imagine, I've been cheated on many, many times.
Of course you have. No man's going to wait for you.
Well, there's somebody out there, and if he's not...
No, we're not. Dear, any more than, let's say there was a guy who said, that's it, I'm not going to urinate for the rest of my life. Now, he can say he's not going to do it, but at some point he's going to be hopping on one leg, and eventually he's going to go behind a bush where you can't see him.
Men can control these urges.
No, we can't. Catholic priests can't, as you've seen in all the recent scandals. Men can't. We can't. The need to urinate is like the need to ejaculate is like the need to urinate or to eat or to breathe for a man.
Don't you guys, I mean, isn't there a man? I don't know. Okay.
No, well, dear, if there had been one by 30, you'd have found one by now, right? And there you are in Arizona with plenty of religious types to suit your fantasies, and yet you can't find one man. You can't find one.
I'm sure I can find one.
You're 30 and you're still single, and you can't find anybody.
I actually have personally been looking in the wrong places, and I know that.
Where have you been looking?
Not at churches.
Where, Match.com?
Oh, hell no.
Where have you been looking?
I go out. I go clubbing with my friends.
You go clubbing?
Yeah.
You know, the other people there, they are not virgins.
Yeah, I know.
You know why people go to clubs there?
Yeah, to get laid, according to you.
Right.
I go there to dance.
There, I understand, because you don't do anything else.
Yeah. Well,
and do you know that, I'm assuming you're Caucasian, darling?
Yes.
I've never known anybody with darker skin than you who's ever been named Tammy. But let me just say this, darling. White men, straight white men, hate dancing. If a white, straight male asks you in a club to dance, it's for one reason and one reason only. And it's not because he likes dancing.
That's probably true.
All right. So when you go to a club, dear, a man who dances with you wants to get into your pants.
Well, you know, I guess I get to use guys for dancing the way that you guys use girls for sex.
That's hysterical.
No.
How does it feel to know you're never going to meet a guy Unless you meet some pastor or something, you're never going to meet a guy who's going to wait until you say, open sesame. Or Simon Says. You're not going to meet one. You've gone all these years without meeting one.
I haven't really tried, though. I mean,
you haven't tried. You're 30 years old.
The urge just is not there.
The urge to do what?
To meet a guy and get married.
By the way, the urge to have sex isn't there also, and that's why the sex with you will be lousy.
Perhaps.
All right.
It might be, but I can tell. Well, the urge is there, but it's just there, like when I'm watching, a Brad Pitt movie, for example.
Right. Do you ever take out the power tools for that?
Yeah.
You do?
Sure, man. Why not?
What does our Lord Jesus Christ think about that?
I haven't asked him lately.
Holy cow. You might check with the Bible on that one.
Okay, I'll have to do that. I'll have to tell my pastor that you said that.
Why don't you ask him?
Yeah, I don't talk to my pastor about
Why don't you bring your little rubber friend, Big Jim, down to the church there and ask the pastor if it's okay?
Okay, I'll tell him you sent me.
Please do.
1-800-5800-TOM.
I wouldn't go for a guy just because he had money, because, he might be a jerk.
You would if you were a 9 or a 10.
Why? Because the more beautiful you are, the stupider you are?
Bingo.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Brianna on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Brianna.
I was calling because I heard your last caller, and I wanted to make the comment that if you're hot enough, a guy will wait for you. I'm not a virgin, but I'm dating a guy right now. He's in his mid-40s, and he's really, really attractive. And on our first date, he actually bought me a Tiffany's necklace, and I didn't give it up to him for a while. And he told me he would take me anywhere in the world I wanted to go, and he did. He took me to the Bahamas.
So you were trying to fleece him for goods and merchandise.
Exactly. So a guy will wait if you're hot enough.
Yeah, well, there are guys who do that, and I recommend to guys, I don't care how hot a chick is, 3 strikes, you're out.
What do you mean by 3 strikes?
If you don't put out in 3 dates, you are out.
You might beg to differ with me, but I'd probably put out on my second date.
You what now?
You might beg to differ with me, but I'd probably put out for you on my second date.
Oh, really? All right, well, that's my point. 3 strikes, you're out.
No.
But if you get it in within 3, that's okay.
All right. Well, thanks for the call, Tom.
Did I call you?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
Why do you spend your whole entire being belittling other people around you just to make yourself feel good?
Because it's so entertaining, and so many millions of people like hearing me do it.
Sick, sick world, man.
I don't care. I'm just here to cash in on it, babe.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Graham on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing today, Tom?
Doing okay.
All right. My thing is you always say to be an ass women, and it works.
Yes.
Why is it for every girl you're in, there's 5 Poindexters or no games trying to be all nicey nice, buttering them up, telling them how...
Because there's a lot of guys with no self-esteem, no game. They just don't know how to get the job done. And they think by spending enough money or saying, guess what? I got tickets to the Super Bowl. Would you like to go with me? They think that's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, because every girl I run into, I mean, you're getting it. You're treating them...
Pal, you got to watch your mouth. We're on the radio.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Tom. Yeah, and, they just... got, like you say, Super Bowl tickets. Hey, he should be spending more money on you.
Right. I know. It's outrageous.
Yeah, like you were saying about the Super Bowl tickets. I won some tickets to the Rose Bowl, and first thing as a girl I'm seeing is, you're taking me, right? Like, these are $4,000 tickets. You're crazy. I'm putting them on eBay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I totally agree with what you're saying here.
Yeah, I heard one of your listeners say that we need to take our balls back and put these women into place. The problem is for every one guy that has balls, there's 5 that don't.
You are right about that, Greg. Thank you for the call. Our email address is my name. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com. It's tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.